Hello, N4H&H here. Well, middle of the night, power went out, and I got a notification that it won't be on for 2 more hours at least. So I'm running off of battery power. I'm going to try to show you. It's dark now. Let me try to show you what I'm running on. See that blue Bioenno? That's a 12 amp hour Bioenno LiFePo4 battery. And I'm using the FTdx10. The FTdx10 sitting there, but it needs 120 volts. I've got everything else run to ground right now. All I have is the ZS6BKW connected to the FTdx10. This is why I wanted to have a second radio sitting up here that can run on DC. So normally I power it from an Astron power supply, which is, well, you probably saw it a minute ago. It's right there. And there's the battery backup. So I just switched the Anderson power pole over and I'm up and running again. And I actually worked this guy right here. He's in Italy. And I got a 5.9.
40 meters calling FTdx from Italy, Kilo 5 Sugar, Radio Foxtrot. Italy, Kilo 5 Sugar, Radio Fox, calling FTdx and standing by.
So I got a 5.9 to him using the ZS6BKW. Now look at the radio and you'll notice that tune is turned on. Oh, look at that lightning strike. Oh, you probably heard that. All right, just put everything back to ground. And that is, you hear that beeping? That set off the alarm in my truck. The vibration alarm. It's pretty nasty right now. Sorry about the blur there, lost focus. Just keeping it real with you guys. I can't sleep with this going on. No power, thought I'd come down. You know, the cool thing about it is, all the power's out in the neighborhood. So I thought, well, let me check the bands and see how noisy it is as far as, you know, local noise, power lines, you know, all the other gadgets. But I'm getting the atmospheric noise. Boy, am I getting the atmospheric noise. You just saw it go across the scope there. And by the way, let me just warn you, you don't really want to do a lot of that. I had no idea that was coming. I thought it had passed by. Because you don't want to, you know, that to be strong enough to damage the front end of your receiver. I did have IPO enabled and 6 dB of attenuation. Now the tuner, I started to tell you about the tuner. So right now my antenna is wet. That antenna, the ZS6BKW, is normally resonant on this band. Well, it doesn't require a tuner on well, the FM portion of 10, 12, 17, 20, 40, and 40. But right now the antenna's wet and my SWR was a 2-to-1. So I touched it up with the, well, you know, I call them the touch-up tuner in the radios. If you have an antenna that's just off on the band edges, or in this case, the water's causing it to be off a little bit, the tuners in the radio can correct that. You know, I had a 2-to-1, now it's perfect. It can correct up to a 3-to-1. But I just wanted you guys to see the situation here. Running on battery power and everything else is shut down. The beauty of it is the only noise is the storm noise and atmospherics. Yes, beginning to come down. I hear it out there now. It's beginning to come down some more. So we must be getting another wave of it. So everything's back to ground. The radio's running off the battery, so it should be good. I've got the HT here. Let me show you. I've got the FT3DR. Monitoring 2 of our repeaters that normally will run a, oops, I'm on the same one twice. Let me fix that. They normally run Skywarn nets on these 2 repeaters when we have inclement weather like that. So I don't know why they've shut down, but this we had a wave of this earlier, and then this is just coming through again. So they may fire up their Skywarn net here in a few minutes, but just wanted to share with you a little bit of what's going on right now. That's why I encourage you to have a battery backup. And even if you do run big 200-watt rigs and like that need, you know, AC power and all, it's not a bad thing to have something like an FTdx10 or even an FT710 sitting over here to the side, ready to operate on battery power. Okay, sure, you'll only have 100 watts, but I just worked Italy on 100 watts and a ZS6B KW at about 45 feet, maybe 48, somewhere along in there. All right, well, not an interesting video, I guess, but I just thought I would keep it real with you folks and let you see, you know, how I'm set up here for emergency power. I could also operate my 2-meter rig off that same battery if I want to. What I've got is an Anderson power pole bus down there, and I can just switch everything over to it. Well, I hope you at least found the video enjoyable, this short little video here. You know, thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you, Patreon team, you guys who make these videos possible. And if you would give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and maybe share a link to the video with a friend. Thanks so much for watching, and this is N4HNH.